The stage was enormous, the kind that could swallow a child whole, yet here he was, a frail Filipino boy no older than 12, standing at its center. His worn shoes barely made a sound on the polished floor, and his small hands clutched a faded photograph of his late mother like a lifeline. The bright lights dazzled him, but he refused to look away. His heart pounded in his chest, not from fear of the audience, but from the ache in his chest, the kind of ache only a child who has lost a parent could feel. He lifted the microphone with trembling fingers, his voice barely a whisper, "I'm singing for my mom in heaven." The words carried across the auditorium, and instantly, silence fell. Not a single cough, not a murmur, only the sound of his ragged breath. The judges, the audience, even the backstage crew felt it, the raw weight of a child's grief and the courage it took to step into the spotlight while carrying a world of sorrow in his heart. This was not a performance for fame or applause. This was a son's love, exposed and unshielded, reaching out to the mother he missed more than words could ever convey. And in that moment, everyone watching knew they were about to witness something extraordinary. The first note trembled from his lips, fragile and hesitant, like the fragile hands holding the photograph of his mother. At first, the voice wavered, cracking under the weight of grief, but slowly, the boy's determination emerged, carrying each lyric with heart-wrenching sincerity. The song was simple, yet every word seemed to echo the years of longing and love he still felt for his mother. His eyes glistened with tears, reflecting the stage lights, as if each droplet carried a memory of her gentle smile, her comforting embrace, and the bedtime stories that now only existed in his mind. Halfway through, his voice broke completely, and he pressed the microphone to his chest, shaking. The audience held their breath, sensing the raw emotion that could not be rehearsed or practiced. For a fleeting moment, it seemed like he might stop, overwhelmed by sorrow. But then, he lifted his chin, as if looking into his mother's eyes, and continued singing. Every note resonated with honesty, striking a chord in everyone present. The judges' expressions softened, and some wiped tears away discreetly. It wasn't just a performance anymore, it was a boy's soul pouring into music, turning personal grief into something profoundly moving that touched the hearts of all who listened. As the song continued, the boy sank to his knees, still holding the microphone tightly, his body trembling with emotion. Tears streamed down his cheeks, falling onto the stage like raindrops, each one a testament to the love he carried and the pain he could no longer contain. The audience sat in stunned silence, the air thick with empathy, as if everyone in the room could feel his loss. Some parents clutched their own children closer, their hearts aching in recognition of the boy's sorrow. The judges, normally composed and reserved, were visibly moved. One leaned forward, eyes glossy, trying to maintain professionalism but failing as the boy's raw honesty broke through every barrier. The camera captured close-ups of faces in the crowd, many silently crying, others with hands pressed to their mouths, overwhelmed by the intensity of the moment. Suddenly, the performance shifted from a simple song to a shared human experience. His grief became universal, an unspoken bond connecting everyone present. The boy's voice, though trembling, carried a strength that seemed impossible for someone so young. In that instant it was clear, this was not a competition. This was a sacred moment, where love, loss, and courage intertwined, reminding every listener of the profound power of vulnerability and the healing that comes when we share our hearts openly. As the final verse approached, the boy's voice grew steadier, but the tears never stopped. He whispered each word as if speaking directly to his mother, "I hope you can hear me, Mama. I miss you so much." The auditorium was completely silent, save for the fragile melody flowing from his heart. The judges, unable to hold back any longer, wiped streams of tears from their faces. One of them, overwhelmed by the purity and intensity of the performance, slowly reached forward and pressed the golden buzzer. Gold confetti rained down around him, shimmering like the warmth of love and memories he carried. The boy covered his face, overcome with emotion, his shoulders shaking with both grief and joy. The audience rose to their feet, clapping and cheering, but it was more than applause, it was a collective embrace, a recognition of his courage and love. The judge's words came through in hushed, choked tones, "Your mother is so proud of you. And so are we." For a moment, the stage was no longer a place of competition but a sacred space where a child's heart had spoken and everyone listening had understood. In that instant, grief transformed into hope, sorrow into shared humanity, and loss into an everlasting message of love. The boy slowly stood, still clutching the microphone, his tear-streaked face now softened by a shy, radiant smile. Around him, the audience was on their feet, some still crying, others cheering, but all united in the quiet awe of what they had just witnessed. One of the judges stepped forward, kneeling slightly to meet his gaze, and spoke with a voice choked with emotion, "Tonight, you reminded us all that love is stronger than loss. Your mother is smiling down on you, and so are we." The boy nodded, finally allowing himself to feel the weight of what had just happened. For the first time since his mother's passing, he felt a sense of peace, a warmth that had been missing for far too long. The golden buzzer had done more than advance him in the competition, it had validated his courage, his love, and the depth of his heart. As cameras captured his beaming face, the boy realized that his song had reached millions around the world, touching lives he would never meet. In that moment, his grief had been transformed into something beautiful, a testament to the power of vulnerability, the strength of love, and the profound impact one small voice can have on the world.